Hello to all the sex realists out there. Congratulations. We have truth and justice on our side, even if the other side insists that sex isn't real, that if it's real, it's less important than people's made-up gender identities, or that people can change sex. My name is Dansky. Thank you. I served as president of Women's Declaration International USA, now ably led by Elizabeth Chesick, from 2021 to 2024, and as a member of the board of directors of the Women's Liberation Front from 2016 to 2020. I'm a leftist radical feminist and have been a registered Democrat since 1990, except for a few years I spent as a registered Green before re-registering in order to vote in the Democratic presidential primary in 2008. Or, if you like, I'm a TERF. A lot of people don't realize how long feminists and other leftists have been fighting back against the lies of trans. The reason is that most mainstream legacy media outlets consistently, persistently, and insistently ignore the TERFs. In 1979, a lesbian radical feminist professor named Janice Raymond published a book titled The Transsexual Empire, essentially predicting everything that was to come. She republished it in 1994 with a new introduction about the emergence of a very dangerous word, transgender. People didn't listen to her then, and here we are now. In 2014, a journalist named Michelle Goldberg published an article in The New Yorker titled, "What is a Woman? The Dispute Between Radical Feminism and Transgenderism." That was 2014. In it, she recounts an event in 1973 where a radical feminist named Robin Morgan said that she refused to refer to any man as she. It was in 2014, 8 years before 2022, that feminists were calling on people to confront the question, what is a woman? Feminists have been at this for a long time. We're just ignored. If people had listened to us over the past several decades, we might not be here. Wolf was founded in 2013 as an unapologetically radical feminist organization. As Margot said, its mission is to restore, protect, and advance the rights of women and girls as a sex class through legal argument, policy advocacy, and public education. In 2016, Wolf sued the Obama administration over its Title IX guidance. WGI was launched in 2019 to advance the Declaration on Women's Sex-Based Rights globally, as Elizabeth explained. The U.S. chapter launched in 2020. I want to give a special shout out to a woman named Kaylee Triller, who I don't think is here today. A few years ago, she published an article in the Christian Post titled, "Dear Christian Conservative Men, Please Stop Screwing Up the Trans Issue." She wrote, "It was largely women who stepped up to the plate to fight. They did so without fanfare and at great personal cost. And the women who impressed me the most in this capacity were women who had the most to lose, the radical feminists. It's one thing to speak an unpopular truth into a crowd of people who support your position. It's another thing entirely to stand up to your own tribe." She was right, and her article is really worth a read. She was fired from her job at a Y in 2015 for refusing to make the locker rooms gender neutral. Thank you, Kaylee. In 2019, I was proud to stand with many of you on these very steps during a rally in a case that would eventually become Bostock versus Clayton County. I was proud to co-MC that rally with my friend Doreen Denny from Concerned Women for America. In closing, I will just say that the global feminist fight against the sexist, homophobic, authoritarian nonsense that is gender identity has all been documented in a 2023 book I published called The Reckoning: How the Democrats and the Left Betrayed Women and Girls. Women must always be able to call a man a man. We must be able to point out and acknowledge a man's sex. An average man can kill an average woman with his bare hands. He cannot be granted a right to hide his sex from her, not in locker rooms and not in sports. People who find their way to this movement often assume there's a reasonable middle way. I'm here to tell you there isn't. Mad respect and solidarity to every member of the movement to protect the sex-based rights of women and girls, which includes everyone standing here today. To those who have recently found their way to it, welcome to the fight. Stay rooted in truth. You don't need to yield even an inch. Thank you.